Do you generally prefer order or chaos? Do you generally prefer order or chaos? When given a set of rules, do you tend to follow those rules? When given a set of rules, do you tend to follow those rules? When do you enjoy competing with others? When do you enjoy competing with others? What is something that used to be fun that now feels like work? What is something that used to be fun that now feels like work? Now, if you haven't already, you might want to pull out your Five of Wands card from your own tarot deck to work with tonight. Otherwise, I am showing the Five of Wands from the Victoria Regina Tarot, which is my go-to deck. And you're welcome to meditate with this image instead if you like. But first, we're just going to take a minute to drop in and settle in where you are right now. And you might do that by taking a deep breath, letting it go through the mouth and the sigh. You can close your eyes if that feels good, or keep them open. Just offer a simple welcome to your mind to drop down into your body, to settle into the space where you are right now. You may bring your attention to each point of connection you can find between yourself and the surface that you're sitting on. The feeling of your clothes against your skin. The feeling of whatever your arms, your hands are resting on. And allow that to be your connection to Mother Earth. And a reminder that you too are part of the earth. The earth calm. Now just gently bringing your attention to your breath. Making no effort to achieve a specific type of breath, but just noticing the quality of what's already happening there. You may find that your breath somehow indicates the day that you arrived from. You ran to your meditation, maybe still a little short of breath. Maybe there's just evidence of some tension that you're still holding on to. Just welcome the breath with your attention. Notice what changes. Notice how your front and back body expand and contract with the breath. Noticing if your intention to this movement allows the breath to find its way deeper. And on your next exhale, seeing if you can release just a little bit more air. Allowing the next breath to be a little deeper. And when you feel ready, you can bring to mind an image of the Five of Wands. However you remember it right now. It may simply mean picturing five wands standing alongside each other one by one. Maybe you can remember the figures that appear on your card, your tarot card. And if you like, you can also gently bring your gaze up to observe your Five of Wands card throughout the meditation, whichever feels good to you. Whether it's in front of you or being held in your mind's eye, just notice how the image of the Five of Wands makes you feel. What energy do you instinctually receive from this card, this image? There is more than one figure on your card. Take a moment to notice which one you relate to. Which one of these people represents you? You may want to imitate the posture or the gesture of this figure or another figure you maybe don't relate to but want to understand better. Or imagine that you are taking that person's position or gesture, just to see what that might feel like. What would it feel like to be one of these people in this situation? This month, we are exploring the fives as the adaptation of their suits. Fives represent stepping away from the stability of the fours in order to grow, or sometimes just to keep things interesting. The suit of wands relates to the element of fire. The element of fire relates to passion, to one's sense of identity. Your inner fire is what drives you to be seen and heard. It drives you to make some large or small impact on the world around you. Tonight we will be exploring the Five of Wands as the adaptation of fire. The intention of this meditation is to investigate how well we work with others. Take a moment to set your own intention, to open your heart and your mind to whatever insights may arise for you. When you feel ready, bring to mind a time when you worked with a small group of people, maybe 5 or 6 people, to figure something out. You may have been putting together a piece of furniture. You may have been figuring out the rules to a game. Be a memory from when you were a child. You could have been inventing a new game together. Maybe you were organizing a party or completing a group project at work or at school. Whatever comes to mind will do. Just choose one memory. If you can't think of anything, just make up a scenario. Imagine 4 or 5 friends around you, figuring something out. Take a moment to notice where you are. Picture the space around you. Notice the details of the environment you find yourself in, colors, textures, lighting. Let yourself fully inhabit this memory. Bring to mind who is there with you. See their faces. Recall their voices. Notice how you're feeling about the whole situation. Think back to the very beginning of the task. What is the first thing that you did? Who spoke first? Was it you or someone else? Who took action first? Was it you or someone else? Visualize this moment clearly and just notice how you're feeling in this very first moment of collaboration. Maybe you're excited or nervous. You were the first to speak or to act. Remember how that felt. Someone else was the first to speak or act. Remember how you felt listening and watching them. And then just follow the memory as it progresses. Notice the interactions between yourself and the others. Recall how each of you communicates with the rest of the group. There are moments of disagreement or misunderstanding. How did you resolve them? And as you reflect about your role in the group, notice if you were a follower, a leader, or something in between. Notice if you felt more comfortable speaking up or listening. Notice if you are more focused on the task or on the people who are there with you. And finally, bring to mind the closure of this task. How was it finally completed? Was there a sense of accomplishment? Sense of relief? Or pride at the completion of this task? At the end, did you feel closer, more distant from the people who had worked with you? No matter how it turned out, take just a moment now to yourself to allow yourself to feel a sense of pride or completion that you got through that and completed something together. Before letting this memory go, take a moment bringing yourself back to the beginning of that interaction. Imagine how it may have proceeded differently. Every single person there had tried to take charge, tried to be the leader, tried to give directions, tried to get everyone to listen to them. Just take the next minute to contemplate how that would have worked out from beginning to end. What might you have done differently yourself? You found everyone was trying to take charge, even you. Would you have worked harder to be heard? Would you have stepped back? One last time, taking yourself back to the beginning of that text. Before anyone has made a move to begin. Imagine how that memory would have been different if every person had held back and waited for someone else to take charge and tell the others what to do. Maybe taking a moment just to imagine the silence, the hesitation. Imagine no one speaking up. No one taking any action. Imagine feeling that you don't want first. Neither does anyone else want to be first. How do you imagine that would have played out from beginning to end? What would you have done differently? When you feel ready, you can just simply let that memory go. As we get ready to transition out of this meditation, you may want to just take a moment to know anything you would like to recall from this meditation. And maybe just a sense of groundedness and stillness that you'd like to carry with you through the week. Maybe there was something you noticed in these memories and imagined memories that you'd like to remember, to learn from. Whenever you feel ready, you can start to find your way back into this present moment, slowly, slowly. Maybe taking a deeper breath, maybe finding some movement in your fingers or toes. Maybe finding a stretch or a yawn. Slowly fluttering the eyes open. Take as long as you need to transition back into this, to your regular day before you move on to the next activity.